Today's screencast is going to go over the hierarchy of life and the project that we're going to go along with it. Now, the standards that we're looking at for middle school life science standards, our project is going to focus on the third standard listed here, which is use an argument supported by evidence for how the body is a system of interacting subsystems composed of groups of cells. So we're really focusing in on how the body is a system of interacting subsystems. And when we talk about that, we talked about the fact that our body as a whole can be divided up into parts. There are systems within our body that work together to make our body function. So today we just kind of reviewed and built some background for what we know about body systems and cells to help us with our hierarchy of life. So when we think about the hierarchy of life in biology, we want to think about it, it's a way of organizing the structures of life by levels of complexity. We start with the very basic level, the smallest level being atoms, and then they build on each other and getting a little more complex each time. So that's what the hierarchy of life is, if we were to give a brief explanation of it. Now, today we watched a video from Mr. Anderson that he gives a nice overview of the hierarchy of life, the different levels, and gives the emergent properties of each and kind of gives the specific characteristics that make those levels unique and different from the previous levels. So you can view that. I have that linked below this presentation, this screencast. There's also another website that would be available for you to do a little research on the hierarchy of life that I have linked in here. But the key that we're going to look at today is the model that we are making. So if you open up the link that is provided, it will bring you to the project that we're going to be working on to really show our understanding of the hierarchy of life. When you're making your model, again, you can view the video that's in there. You can use the website. You can also do some research on your own. But our goal is to create a model that demonstrates our understanding of the different systems within the hierarchy of life and how they're connected. Okay? Now, you can make your model as a 2D model, such as a poster or a slideshow. Or if you'd like to get more creative, you can make a 3-dimensional model, and that will also earn you some bonus points for the extra work that goes into it. Above all, though, we want to be creative and unique, different than what other people are doing. Now, there is a planning stage, so to kind of get yourself thinking about your models. So in the document, there are some planning questions for you to do. And then down below, there is the checklist. We want to make sure that when you're making your model, really be able to check off these items to be sure that you have everything that your model needs. So have your title, label the various systems, list the emergent properties for each system. And there's a table below that I'll show in just a little bit that has the emergent properties listed for you already. With each system, you want to give 3 examples from that system. These should be unique examples that fall under those systems to really show the diversity amongst living things. With each system, you want to have pictures or images that show the systems. Your pictures can match the examples that you gave, but they don't have to. You want to show how the systems are connected. Okay? So again, if we think about atoms, okay? Atoms can become more complex when they combine with and form molecules. The molecules then connect to form macromolecules, which then form into organelles and cells and so on. So you want to show how they are connected. Your model should also have a progression to it, and this is a size progression. You want to show the fact that as our hierarchy moves along, the systems increase in size with their complexity. So when you're making your model, you want to be showing the size, the boundaries being larger. Obviously, our largest size would be with the biosphere. So that should be your largest box. And then you want to be creative. Again, I mentioned there's a table that lists right here the different systems, and the emergent properties are listed here for you. So those are all done for you. The main thing that you need to do in this section is find examples and list examples for each. A few of them are filled in from the start. One example being carbon at the atom level, and then at the biosphere level we have planet Earth. Okay? And then there's an example of what one of your boxes could look like on your model. This one is the first section that you need to do for your atoms to macromolecules. Last but not least, after your model is done, there are a couple reflection questions. Okay? Thank you very much.